Welcome to our exploration of data insertion in PostgreSQL. Today we will learn the fundamental operations that add data to your database tables. From basic single-row inserts to high-performance bulk loading techniques. We'll start with basic insert operations, then gradually explore more advanced techniques like multi-row inserts. Next, we'll learn the powerful copy command for bulk loading, a critical skill when working with real-world datasets. Next, we'll examine practical scenarios using the just learn data insert command. And finally cover common pitfalls and troubleshooting actions to help you diagnose and resolve insertion errors. By the end of this lecture, you understand not only the syntax for adding data to your tables, but also the best practices for handling different insertion scenarios efficiently. Let's begin by understanding the basics of data insertion before moving on to more advanced topics. And even before we start inserting data, let's create a simple employees table that we'll use throughout this lecture. So the simple command that we already know, create table, will create our first empty shell for this lesson. Now let's examine our table structure. Our table has 4 columns: employee ID as an identity auto-generated integer, first name and last name as text columns, it cannot be null, an email, also as another not null text but with a unique constraint. Because of primary key and unique columns, it has 2 indexes. One is employees p-key, which contains a primary key constraint. In other words, it's not null and unique at the same time. And employees email key, which contains a unique constraint. Also, take the opportunity to check the sequence. The sequence is linked to the identity column employee ID, our table's primary key. It's a regular integer that goes up to around 2 billions, incremented one by one without cycles, as we wouldn't be able to reuse numbers in unique columns anyways. Now let's insert our first employee. I'll type this command step by step. Start by typing insert into, followed by your table name, in this case, your table name, employees. Now within parentheses, list the columns you want to provide values for: first name, last name, and email. Notice that we are not including the employee ID column because it's automatically generated by the sequence that's created when we define the identity column. On the next line, type values, followed by another set of parentheses. Inside these parentheses, we provide the actual values that match our column in the same order. John, for example, for first name, Smith for last name, and johnsmith@example.com for email. Notice how we enclose these values with single quotes. And don't forget the semicolon at the end.